Practical, spacious, class-leading value for money. Mercedes C-Class W205 is none of this. Really, if you are looking for a practical estate, you have a big family, don't waste your time with the 4th generation of C-Class. BMW 3 Series, Audi A4 are more spacious, and Volkswagen Passat with Škoda Superb are on a different level of practicality. Mercedes C-Class cannot win this game. So what are the strong points? They are very specific, and not every C-Class makes sense. C-Class is emotional decisions. Let me explain you why. Mercedes C-Class in a D segment. In Europe it means large family car. But it isn't large enough. So the first emotional decision is design. Car should be pretty. And it is, but only in a high spec. We have 4 different trim levels. Basic, avant-garde, exclusive is elegant one, and AMG line. Definitely avoid basic trim level with the boring looks and horrible seats. Go right for top trim level AMG line. Mercedes C-Class must look expensive. And in AMG trim level, it is great looking car. Normally, I prefer sedans, but in this generation, I like estate more. We know that interior of W205 is not spacious, so let's put it aside. Because I do like the interior of C-Class. It is cozy and stylish. I love design of dashboard, door cards, really good seats. I like that you are wrapped around by the center console and dashboard. Again, cozy. Really nice place to be. Also, I would like to mention comfortable and supportive sport seats. Yes, materials are not perfect and build quality is okay, but overall feeling is very nice. Cars before facelift from 2014 up to 2018 have a really outdated multimedia system. After facelift, the multimedia is good, even by today's standards. Space on the back seats is on the same level as A-Class and CLA. The only advantage is angle of the backrest. It is a bit more comfortable. And it is same with the trunk space. With the 490 liters in estate version, it is also on the same level as CLA shooting brake. So with the C-Class, you don't get more space for your money. But if you have C-Class in AMG line with extras like memory seats, Burmeister sound system, panoramic roof, you will get a great interior. It is really like a baby S-Class. So again, because there is no advantage in the space or practicality, C-Class must look expensive. We have 4 types of suspension: basic, sport suspension in AMG line, adaptive suspension, and also air suspension. And all of them are good. Also, all C-Classes are already used. So just find with the good history and nice condition. Type of suspension is not so important. But still, I would like to mention 2 extra points. First of all, W205 is the only C-Class with the possibility of air suspension. And this is the only car in this segment with this possibility. Also, our generation C-Class is the only C-Class in history so far with the air suspension possibility. So if you find C-Class with the air suspension, it is a very unique configuration. And the second point, C43 AMG and C63 AMG have a really stiff suspension. So definitely make a long test drive before you buy those cars as a daily commuter. Now let's talk about handling and previous C-Class W204. Previous C-Class felt very calm and heavy. This one is totally different. It is light and nimble. For some people, it can be disadvantage. To be honest, I am one of them. I loved previous C-Class. It was like old Merc. This one is modern, easy to drive, so it suits almost everyone. Models and engines. There are a lot of different engines in W205. So let's start with the 4-cylinder petrol engines before facelift. 1.6 turbo in C160, C180 is same engine as 2-liter turbo in C200, 250 and 300. 1.6 and 2-liter M274, both engines have the same bore, only different piston stroke. Also, they have different turbos and compression. M274 have timing chain. There is a big possibility that you will need to replace timing chain every 140,000 kilometers or 80,000 miles. Timing chain is quite simple and in front of the engine, so it's quite accessible. The strongest C300 was engine of the year in 2017, but also version with the biggest amount of issues. M274 in 4th gen of C-Class is in general reliable enough and wise powertrain, especially C200 and C250. After facelift, all 4-cylinder engines are mild hybrids. Here we have new M264 engine, which is based on previous M274, but with a twin-scroll turbo instead, more simple turbo in 274. Now there is 1.5 and the gain 2-liter displacement with different bore and stroke. C180 and C200 are powered by 1.5-liter and C300 by 2-liter engine. After facelift, I prefer C300. C400, C450 AMG and C43 AMG are powered by a great twin-turbo V6 M276. First-year models had some issues, for example with the timing chain tensioner, but overall it is a very good engine. C400 and C43 AMG are powered by the same engine, but these models are very different. C400 is a fast V6 all-wheel drive compact cruiser. C43 AMG is aggressive, loud sports car. The last petrol model is C63 AMG. C63 is powered by M177 AMG hand-built V8 with twin turbochargers. M177 is one of the best high-performance V8 on market. Also, this V8 is reliable on the high-performance V8 standards. There are some problems, again, related with the first production year models in 2015-2016, like spark plugs and coil failure. Remember one thing, reliable high-performance V8 doesn't mean it's cheap to maintain. It is still high-performance AMG V8, so you should change oil every 5 or 10,000 kilometers, spark plugs every 40,000 or less, depending on driving style. Definitely it is better to clean carbon buildup. Regular maintenance is extremely important. You do not want to repair hand-built AMG V8. C63 is only a rear-wheel drive model with huge amount of torque, so it is really a wild beast. Hybrids. Mercedes is still using, for me, strange philosophy of making hybrids both with diesel and petrol engines. I am not fan of a diesel hybrid, especially when it is paired with 2.1 diesel, which is quite rough. So C300H is not model to go for. Diesel hybrids after facelift in 2018 are noticeably better. Petrol plug-in hybrid C350E paired with the good 2-liter turbo is the better option if you want C-Class with the hybrid powertrain. Diesels. Again, there is a big difference between diesels before and after facelift in 2018. And if your budget allows to buy a C-Class after facelift, do it. It is the better option. But let's start from the beginning. C180D manual and automatic and C200 up to 2015 and then only with manual transmission are powered by 1.6 single turbo diesel OM626 from Renault Nissan Alliance. It is smooth and reliable unit, only it's down on power. C200D with automatic transmission before facelift, powered by 2.1 single turbo OM651 engine. C220 and C250 diesel is powered by 2.1 twin turbo unit OM651. First of all, OM651 is the most popular Mercedes diesel engine, so all Mercedes services know what to do if you have a problem. That's a good thing. Most popular 220D is also twin turbo, so it's powerful, strong and economical engine. Weaknesses? 2.1 diesel is quite rough, a little bit too agricultural. In general, it is a reliable, robust engine with a timing chain. But the timing chain, tensioner and all important components are at the rear, so almost every repair is quite expensive. Also be prepared that you will need some extra money for the exhaust system, NOx sensor, DPF, air ventil. 2.1 is a good engine, but not flawless. After facelift in 2018, every diesel C-Class is powered by OM654. C180 and C200D had displacement 1.6 liters with the 1 twin-scroll turbo. C220D have 2 liters displacement, also with 1 twin-scroll turbo. C300D have 2 liters displacement with twin turbo. The latest 4-cylinder diesel engine OM654 is very good. But remember, same as predecessor 2.1 diesel, timing chain is at the rear, so even replacing of timing chain tensioner will cost you some money. C220D after facelift with a 2-liter single turbo is the best diesel for W205. In C-Class we have 5 types of transmission. Manual, very average. Volkswagen Group and Mazda manuals are better. Second, 7G-tronic, a torque converter automatic transmission. A very good transmission, and it is also big advantage of C-Class in his category. Just change oil every 90,000 kilometers or 55,000 miles. Third, 9G-tronic you can find in C-Class from 2016. Same as 7G-tronic, 9G-tronic is advantage of C-Class. C450 AMG and C43 AMG are paired with a 7G-tronic Plus, and after facelift, AMG SpeedShift TCT 9-speed transmission. TCT is torque converter transmission. Sounds very unique, but in fact it is just tuned normal transmission with faster shifts and extra driving modes. And the last one, in C63 AMG, is in fact different. 7 and 9 speed AMG SpeedShift MCT transmission. Torque converter was replaced by a multi-clutch technology, so we have their multi-plate disc wet clutches. This transmission is noticeably more expensive to maintain. Change oil every 50,000 kilometers, 31,000 miles, and count with extra expenses on wet clutches every 100,000 kilometers or 62,000 miles. C-Class is a rear-wheel drive car. Mercedes is trying to calibrate traction control system that car is staying neutral all the time. And you should not feel difference between front and rear-wheel drive car. You can have your C-Class also with the permanent all-wheel drive system Firmatic. It is a good and reliable system. Only you have to count with extra expenses on the maintenance. Every 30,000 kilometers or 20,000 miles should be a regular inspection of the transfer case and differentials, and every 60,000 kilometers or 40,000 miles you should change fluid in Firmatic system. Also, cars with Firmatic will have higher bills for other service requests, which are not related to Firmatic, because Firmatic added extra parts in the front of the car. So, for example, if you want to change engine or transmission mounts, you have to pay noticeably more for the labor in comparison with the rear-wheel drive model. There are models on the market which name means something. For example, Skoda Superb is huge practical estate. Toyota Camry is popular, reliable sedan. Mercedes C-Class W205 is not like them. Every configuration is very different, and there are configurations which does not make sense. For example, C180 with 1.6 diesel Renault engine with manual transmission, rear-wheel drive and basic trim level make no sense. Audi A4 with 2-liter TDI, great manual transmission, more spacious and more usable front-wheel drive platform is just the better option. On the other hand, we have cars like C200, C220 diesel with a great automatic transmission, possibility of a great all-wheel drive, and in a high spec, a really nice interior. My choice? I would buy C400 Firmatic AMG line estate, a powerful cruiser in a stylish compact package for a reasonable price with the best Mercedes technology. Thank you for watching and see you next time.